Hello, hello. Hello, guys. Just if I'm audible and if anyone's watching right now, and do message to text that I am audible and everything's looking fine. Sorry for the delay. Uh, there was some internet and other problems. So, Okay, so thank you. I have got the response that I'm audible and everything. So, hello guys, I'm Savan here. Today we are going to build a full stack web development project. Basically, we are going to build a to-do list, and you might have seen many tutorials and everything in the YouTube about to-do list and React.js and all that, but it all stores the data in a variable. So whenever you close the website, it will just vanish the data. So what our goal today is, we'll be creating some backend APIs, and through which we'll be storing our data of a to-do list into the database, and we'll be fetching it and displaying it on our website. It's just simple. So we will be using MongoDB, no SQL database for the database. We'll be using Node.js server, and on top of it, we'll be using Express.js library to do all the routings and all that stuff. And we'll be using React.js for the front end, and it will be some so easy. And yeah, I'll be keeping in mind that if I am a starter or I'm a beginner, then how I will be googling things and doing all of that. So I'll be not referring any code or of that sort. I'll be just doing Google for everything. And I have created a folder here, and inside of that we'll be doing a project. You also should create one folder. Inside of that you have to make all these files and all of that what we are going to build today. So yeah, so guys, just message something in the chats so I can check that I am audible and everything's working fine, because it is my first live stream and I'm struggling so much because internet also not giving support today only, otherwise it works perfectly. Yeah, that's it. So first of all, we'll be creating our models and all of that. So first of all, let's think about what we are going to build today and what we want to do today. Okay, I don't want any of that. And so here we'll be creating a to-do app, to-do list. Yeah, so here first of all, we'll be creating models. So models is basically what, it's a schema, what the data will be stored in your to-do list and all of that. So yeah, models will be having only one model right now. We are not implementing the user login, registration, or any of that sort features right now. We can do that, so according to that user only that to-do list will be accessed, but we don't want to do it right now. We are just we don't want to make things complex, so we'll be doing just one model which will be to-do, and yeah, that will be all here. And instead of that, what we'll be doing and all of that, we'll be discussing it in the code part, and we'll be creating some controllers here. So controllers, what basically it simply means is that our logic part, like if a user wants to create a to-do list to do, and what logic should be executed to post it to the database, and what are the validations and all of that things. So yeah, so controllers there will be 4. So basically we are doing the CRUD operation here: create, read, update, and delete. Okay, so get to do, create to do, update. So if I have created one to do and then I realize that I don't want to do that stuff and I want to do something else, or that's a typo, yeah, that thing happens. Typos are, see, I made just right now. Yeah, so model controllers and routes. Yeah, for the backend we'll be creating some routes. Routes is what, basically like you are seeing here, that coggle.it and slash diagram and all that. So that's just routing that on after going on that route, what should be executed. Like let's say I'm going to google.com. Yeah, that. Yeah, so as you can see here, this is google.com, and if I go to slash something something, don't know what, but yeah, so as you can see here, google.com/doodles. So whenever you are moving to the slash doodles page, then what should be displayed and what type of data should we get from the server. So that all that things are mentioned in the routes. We'll be understanding it. Don't get panicked. Just have simple idea. I'm just giving you idea that what we'll be doing today. And yeah, so in the routes we'll be creating slash get to do and create to do. We'll be creating one, just name will be one route only, slash to do, and instead of that we'll be doing all the things, like if you're submitting a get request and it will get the data, if you're submitting a post request and it will post the data to the server. Not yeah we have to create one more other route, which is a get all to do, which we'll not be doing with the help of this simple slash to do. So yeah, this is the basic idea and the project what we are going to build today. So first of all, whenever you start to make a project, just make some mind map here, so you can get the idea that what you are going to create, and if you are missing something, so you can get the idea. So is it clear, guys? And if you are watching, then do message something in the live chat so I can understand that what's going on right now. Can someone please text something that I have to do by myself? Try that out. Yeah, yes, everything's working and people are also, yeah, thank you Richa and Darsh, Vraj Bhatt. Thank you guys for watching, bearing with me. Why isn't it zooming out? So yeah, this is what we are going to do today. And first of all, we are going to create some models, but before that we need something else also. What is Node.js? Yeah, so this is the official website of Node.js. From here you can download it. It's not of a big file, and if you are going to inside of this downloads, there will be 3 downloads available. This is source code, this is for the Mac, this is for Windows. You are getting, and yeah, keep in mind, use LTS for right now, because current will be having some bugs and all of that, because it's the latest and it's in the testing phase right now, so it will be having some bugs and all of that. So LTS will be a preferable choice for all of you guys. So download the LTS version and install it. I already have done it. And for the Windows guys, it's so simple. For Mac OS also, you just have to do next and install. For Linux also it will be simple, so don't worry. Yeah, it's around just 30 MB of file. You can do it, and that's all what we need today. We'll be needing one other thing also that I'll be walking you afterwards. So here I have opened my folder, which is inside of which I'm going to do all my projects today. And here simply open the terminal. So how to you can open the terminal in VS Code. I'm moving up here, and here you can see terminal. So click on new terminal. Otherwise, if you don't want to go through all of that, then just use control plus tilde. I am mentioning it in the comment box, which is tilde sign is the one below the escape key, that wavy thing. Yeah, so that you have to press, so it will open the terminal for you. And inside of here, first of all, you should be checking the if you are install the node right now, then you should check it by just typing node space -v. So it will basically print some values here. Don't worry if your value doesn't match to mine. Yeah, you might be having some different version, or if you are watching after in future, and you might be having the latest version, this one with the old. So don't worry about that. You just have to get some values here. If you are getting errors, then try something and try to Google that how to install Node.js or anything. You might have done something wrong. You might have altered something while you were installing Node.js, so the path was not set properly. So if you don't want to go through the clutter, then just simply uninstall the app and reinstall again Node.js. It will work fine. So let's create the project, which is a Node.js project. So to create a Node.js project, you just simply have to write npm init, npm space init. Are the text visible right now? The font size is big enough to get visible. Okay, so thank you guys. So you just have to type npm space init, and after entering, you will be asked to write the package name. So this will be the project name what you want to keep. If you don't write anything, then it will take the default name of your folder. It's giving error because yeah, capital letters are not allowed in the name. So do keep in mind to avoid the capital letters in the naming. And then you just have to type enter. If you want to mention, then mention it. Otherwise it's okay. If you want to mention the author, I'll be writing srp pixels here. Yeah, it says okay, yes. So after doing that command and running through all of that, you will be getting a package.json file here. So this is the starting point of a project. So all the Node.js project begins from the package.json. Here there will be a main file. So we have to create, so you go through this name, which is the index.js, and so you have to create one file which is index.js. So whenever first of all you will be running a node project, then it will go to the package.json file, and inside of that it will search for the main. So it knows that yeah, this is the main file of the project, so it has to start from that file. Like in C or C++, you might have done via the program starts running from the main function. So it's just like that, but here there is another file itself. And yeah, let's just avoid it right now. So we have to install one library here. So npm node, you might have heard that they provide tons and tons of libraries. So one of which is mongoose, which we'll be using for our database purposes right now, for MongoDB. So you just type mongoose and the website will be appearing here. So this is the documentation, and to install it you just type mongoose space npm, and it will show you the link with the npmjs.com, which is the node package manager website, which provides tons and tons of libraries. You name it and there will be a library for that thing. If you want to find Armstrong number or anything, there will be a library. So just copy this command and type in here npm space I space mongoose. So whichever library you want to install in node, it's just a simple syntax npm space I. Here you can also write the full install and then space, then the library name, like here in our case it's mongoose. So as you can see here, there's one more key value pair added in the package.json file, which is dependencies. So this is a library which is known as dependencies also. So whichever libraries you will be installing in node your project will be displayed out, will be mentioned here mongoose. Like if now I am going to install npm install express, yeah, you also have to install the express. I'll be explaining it later that what express role is in the project. So you can see here the version name and the name of the library is getting here. So now let's create model. So first of all, as we have mentioned it in our mind map, that we are going to do three things: controllers, models, and the routes. Okay. So we'll be creating first the folders. Let's say models. Yeah, it's inside of that. Yeah, routes. Yeah, and one more thing, guys. So as you can see here, there is one more folder which is node modules. So whenever you install all of these libraries and the libraries which is provided inbuilt by the Node.js, which is included in this node modules folder, you can see there are tons of libraries available, and which we installed right now was express and mongoose. So as you can see here, let's let so is it visible? Audio is glitchy or not? I got one comment that the video is glitchy. So is the audio too? Yeah, to mention it in the comment section that is everything working fine or everything's glitchy. FPS drop, and let me check. The frames are dropping, but sorry guys, today you have to bear with it. My internet connection is not proper and the whole setup. This is my first time and I have tried something new, so yeah, it's not that much working fine. You have to bear with it. So here there are dependencies installed here, express, mongoose, and all of that. So now what we'll be doing, we'll be creating some models. So let's Google how to create models in mongoose. If you go to here mongoose, then you can also scroll down, and here you will be listed with some basic examples that how to do stuff in mongoose. And also you can move to their website and go to read the docs. And here there will be everything mentioned here. So let's go to schemas. Yeah, here. So as you can see here, there's one schema mentioned here on their website itself. And So you have to just import the mongoose and create one schema. Let's first of all just copy it. Yeah, thank you, Gladiator. Everything is clear. So inside of models, we'll be creating one file, which is todo.js. Okay, so this simple file name todo.js, and we'll paste the code which we copied from the mongoose website, and now we'll be taking it according to our needs. So first of all, let's understand that what basically this whole schema is doing here. So first of all, we are importing the mongoose library. It's a simple ES6 syntax to import the libraries. We are importing the mongoose from the mongoose library, and we are importing the schema from mongoose, which is inbuilt functionality provided by mongoose. And here we are using let me just clear it out. Let me clear it out, and here let's just create const to do model. Yeah, this is our model or schema, whatever you want to name it, you can name it. There's no problem. And you have to create type of new keyword inside of here, the slide schema. And yeah, so this is the basic syntax. If you are knowing Java or any of that object oriented programming, then you might say that this is objects in Java. So yeah, you are just creating one object of the model. Like you want some specific syntax, like I want my user model to be with name, email, password and everything. Then I want my to do model with just name, the to do, and I'll be adding some more fields also. But yeah, just let's dive into it. So what will we to do? Say name. Yeah, let's just say name. So first parameter you have to pass is a key, and what type, what name you want to write. And inside of here you have to mention the type, which is that what is the data type of the key you have passed. So the name to do will be string, and then a comma, and you can also pass some other parameters. Is required. Yeah, required will be true, and it's not any, this all is not coming from here. It's everything is mentioned in the data documentation. As you can see here, there are multiple formats you can follow. Like here you might say that they have not written any type or anything, but here the key is title, and they don't want to mention any other parameter like required, true, trim, or anything other else which is provided by mongoose. So if you only want to mention the data type, then you can directly do that. You don't have to write type. But here, as you can see, that comment is the type of date, the default. You can provide everything here. And if you, these are the permitted schema types of MongoDB. You can mention string. Yeah, ignore my drawing. So you can mention string, number, date, buffer. Buffer is basically what we use for the images. When we are loading images or any of that things, then we use that. So other things are decimal and everything. So yeah, these are the data types provided by mongoose. So here I'm getting everything from here only. If you scroll down somewhat, and here there are many and tons of examples provided to you how everything works. These are the virtuals and all of that. Yeah, we'll not be touching all of that in this one live only, otherwise it will be so tedious for you guys. So just type string, and required is true, and I don't want to set any default value here, so I'll be leaving it. And don't forget to mention the comma here, otherwise it will be giving you error. It's just a simple JSON key value pairs. If you are from Python, then you will be understanding it as a dictionary or of that thing. So name, here we'll be doing one more thing, which is done. Yeah, let's name it as is completed. Yeah, so what basically is completed will be doing is, like if you mention that to-do list and you have created one to-do for you guys, and then you are, let's say, is completed, your task has been done, completed, then you simply will be doing mention it as true. Otherwise, if it is not done, then it will be false. So it's just a boolean value that where it has two parameters only, like your to do, your work can be done or your work cannot be done. Okay, you don't have any partial choices that I've completed this much of the work or that. You have to do the work or you don't do it. Simple. And here we'll be setting the default value. So default will be false. Initially, whenever a to do is created, you don't have done that work, that's why you are creating the to do. But if you have already done the work, then why you will be creating it? So yeah, it makes sense. Default will be false. You can also mention the when you want to do this work or any of the thing, but we will not be touching all of the things right now. Here you can mention one more thing, which is timestamps. It's inbuilt provided by the Mongoose. Timestamps, what it basically will do is it will update two parameters, created at and updated at. And so it will, so created and updated, which will be when the create to do is created, and if you update any details or anything in this model, to do model, then it will change the date and exact time in the updated. You'll be understanding it, don't get much confused, just install it. And some might say that why you haven't added the ID, because it's unnecessary. Every model should have, or in SQL also, every table should have one field which is unique always for all the data. But yeah, we don't add it here because Mongoose already because Mongoose will already install it. What? Sorry. Mongoose will already mention it. If we are not writing ID, it's fine. Mongoose will automatically understand that ID is being provided, and it will create one field which is known as underscore ID, then colon. Inside of that there will be everything, but you don't have to do it. Mongoose will do it for you. That's the beauty of using libraries. You don't have to do much of the stuff. You just have to write some things only. You don't have to do everything. So now we have created our to do model, which includes a name and is completed, the boolean value, that is the to do completed or not. So is everything clear? Everything working fine? I guess there's some 9% of the frame drops only, so it's not an issue. I guess 9% frame drop is okay as of right now, because I am a noob. You might expect I am a noob right now. Lives and all of that. So yeah, we have created our first model, very first model, and simply let's go through it once more. We have just imported Mongoose, the name of the thing we want to import, and this is the library name, and we are importing schema. If you don't want to write this, it's okay, you just have to mention it right down here, mongoose.schema. You can do directly like that here and it will work just fine. There are many syntax in everything you do. There are tons and tons of syntax. It's your choice what you want to follow. JavaScript, there are 3 ways to mention any function, arrow function and all of that, but it's your choice what you want to do. So let's see how to export the models. We have created the model, but we have to export the model so that we can use it in any other files and everything we want. So let's Google it. I know how to do that, but still I'll Google it. How to export use schema. Yeah, yeah, our very best friend Stack Overflow is there. Some nice guy. So I have copied it here. Yeah, paste. And here you have to mention the name you want to export it with. The like I want to export it with to do name. Yeah. So and here you have to mention the name of your database model. Like here you have to write it with a to-do model. That same name should be here. It doesn't matter. Here you can write any name you want, but try to make it something sensible and understandable, that whenever if you are using or any other programmer is using your code, then he or she should understand that what you have written and what it means. Here you write like anything, let's say user, and then I'm exporting this model, and whenever I'm using it in other file, how would I know that this is to do model and this is user? So it will be a lot of complications which you should avoid. Why is it saying no data? Yes, there might be some errors. Good, errors are there. Life. I hope everything's working fine now. Yeah, let me change screen. Should be working. Pair with some of the buffering and all. I'll be upgrading my setup and try to make some changes here so I can do some smooth live streaming. But I will. Okay, don't worry. So we have created our first model. So now what we have to do is we have to simply create a node server. I want to create one node server. Just type node here. Simple. Don't bother much. Go to the talks. Go to the API here. LTS it will be mentioned here, the latest one. Go to HTTP. Any of that, you can go to any. Doesn't matter. So this is how you can create one HTTP 2. It is HTTP version 2. But we'll be doing HTTP simple. So this is how you can do as code. Where is the code? I don't get it. Yeah. So here you can create the server like this, https.create server and all of that. But it's if you go through the whole documentation, you will find that node is too complex. It's everything you have to do manually. Like let's understand in C++, if you want to find the square root, and you just import the math function and you just write sqrt. If you want to round off any digit, you just get sqrt. No, that floor division, floor, you type floor double slash. So you understand that you are just importing some libraries, and inside of that libraries other people have done the verbose code, which is the whole big code which is done by someone else, and you just are using their functions, and yeah, you don't have to do much of the work. So here we'll be using one of such libraries, which is Express. So Express is what? Express will provide you some all the functionalities of Node.js, but it will be as an informal library. So you don't have to write that whole big codes. You just have to write, like, let's say app.listen. The code we watched here, this whole code, it's just this much in Express.js. It's the same, don't worry. It's just the same thing doing. There's much of a difference. It's HTTPS. We have to look for HTTP, but you understand it. It's one and the same only. But in Node.js, you have to write many of the things. This much of the clutter you have to write, and here you have to write this much only. So yeah, you will be preferring this. So, and if you have already installed the Express, as you can see here, if you haven't done, if you are not following along with me from the starting, then you should just install it right now. Like, let's write npm space install space Express, and it will get installed. None of a rocket science. There's nothing rocket science in coding. Everything is too easy. So here what we'll do, we'll be just copying the code. That's what we do. We just copy the code from the developer who has provided this. Yeah, let's write Express and open the official website of Express. They have also provided some, yeah, as you can move to here, getting started. If you move to there, they will be providing all of the things we did earlier. Like, we created one directory folder, and we moved to inside of that. Then we initialize the project. Then we initialize the project with npm init. We provided the entry point, as I mentioned you, that index.js. It's not compulsory to write index.js only. You can also write server.js, app.js, or any other thing you want. There's no compulsion. And we install Express. Yeah, we install Express right now. So that's what basically we do it. Next, here as you can see here, they have provided the code to basic hello world code. This is the hello world of Express.js. Let's copy it. It's better. And paste it here. Save it. So now let's understand the whole code. Otherwise, let's write the whole code. Remember it. Don't want to write. Let's just understand from here. We are importing the library. What we did here, the mongoose, import mongoose from mongoose. We did the same thing here, but it's a syntax difference. This is the ES6 syntax, and this is a bit older. Yeah, and that's not difference. This is the same thing. Const express, you are creating one variable express, and inside of that you are asking node to require the express library. You are importing express from express. Here also you are doing the same, importing express from express. So you are doing the same thing, but that's the syntax. As I told you earlier, there's many ways to do one simple thing. It's your choice what you want to do. And here then afterwards you are creating one app with the function available in the express library. We imported this, then we are creating one function here, and let's just comment it out for a second. We'll be understanding it afterwards. And here, as you can see here, we are first of all declaring a port number. Port, like on what port you want to run your app. Say here that was 3000, so whenever I move to localhost 3000, it will run my app on the this URL. Okay, and there's one more function provided by Express, which is app.listen. So what app.listen basically do here is, like app.listen, then you have to pass two parameters here. First of all, the first one is port number, The second one is a callback function, that whenever this server is created on this specific port number and the URL, it what you want to do, and this will be a function here. Yeah, so these two you can provide. There's one more parameter you can provide. It's not mandatory to do, but if you want, you can provide. You are also you can provide the on which IP address you want to run your app. Okay, run your server. Here, if you don't mention anything, it will take default parameters at localhost. Okay, 127.0.0.1. So we are not mentioning it. Most of the time you will be not mentioning that URL, so don't worry. And yeah, so you have to mention a port number and one function. Whenever the app is running on that specific port number, then what you want to do. So yeah, we have already declared a variable, and inside of that variable we are storing the value of the port number. Is okay if you don't want to go through that. Here you can directly mention the port number, but it's a better way to do, like, because whenever we'll be hosting our app to the cloud, or will be deploying it, then we have to change this port number. So it's better if it's in the other variable, so we can directly change that. And instead of this function, you can also write this function, no problem. A simple function which you have learned in your basic all of the programming languages, function. And you don't have to type the function name because it's a callback function. It will run anyways. Whenever this port number is successfully running, then it will execute this function. So yeah, you can just write that, but we will not be using this function because I don't like this function. So we'll be using arrow function, which is the beauty of JavaScript. It's simple. You just don't have to write the function keyword. And here we were writing initially function keyword, then this bracket. We are not mentioning this arrows. This was the simple function syntax. If you want to write arrow, just remove this function keyword and mention one arrow here. That's simple. Yeah, that's what you are doing. I say coding is damn simple. You have to do console log. Console log, what will basically do is write something, whichever you write here will be displayed on this terminal whenever the app is running. Yeah, people are liking the video. And hey Siddharth, glad you take out time to come to my live stream. Thank you, bro. If you are into hackathons or any of that, do check out his channel, Siddharth Dayawal. He makes some awesome content on hackathons and communities. Yeah, do check out his channel, Siddharth Dayalwal. So yeah, here we can write anything we want, like server is up and running. Yeah, so the server is up and running here, and he'll be mentioning. So you might say, what's this? Here we are just mention our variable. If you are from, you have anytime use PHP, you won't be knowing that what's this mean. We are just writing a variable which is $, and inside of bracket you have to mention the variable name. This is the one syntax. Yeah, there's one more way to do this, one thing only. You can write in double inverted commas and then just mention server is up and running. But here you have to write other things. You have to do comma, and outside of that you have to mention just the variable name. You don't have to go through the $. If you hate PHP, you don't want to use dollars, this is the way. But yeah, do keep in mind, if you are using this syntax, then you don't have to use the this is not a single quote, this is backticks, which is below the escape key. Okay, so yeah, that's what you have to do. I'll be using that syntax as a save it, and yeah, and now let's understand it. So what this app.get does. So I earlier told you that there are 4 type of requests: get, create, read, Read is just basically get you get the data from the server. In create, you post the data to the server. Like create, if you are creating something on the, if like I'm doing a registration of some users, so I'm creating the data and I have to post that data to the server. So it will be a post request, and if I want that data of the users from the server, then I'll be hitting a get request. If I want to update something, then it will be a put, and delete is the simple delete, no rocket science. Let's comment it out. And this also works the same way as that app.listen. App.listen was one function which is provided by app. This is the app.get. It will be creating a get request. There will be accepted two parameters here also. Yeah, first of all, there will be the route, that on which route the user will go, then what should be happened. Let me that clear. First of all, let me run my server. As you can see here, the server is up and running, and the port number. So whenever I go to localhost 3000, I'll be getting cannot get, because I have not specified this host. As you can see here, cannot get slash. So the home page basically means is slash. Okay. So here it's a slash. Let's write slash here. It's a home page. And after that, it will give you one callback function which accepts two parameter, which is a request and respond. You can name anything, req or full request or full respond. Hello Spider-Man, welcome to the live. Yeah, it provides you two parameters. First one is the URL, second is the callback function. Whenever user goes to this specific URL, then you should be executing this function. Okay, we'll be understanding. Don't get complicated or don't frustrate. Hello, is anyone there? Please mention something in the chats. Yeah, thank you, Gladiator. Thank you. Yeah, so what we are basically here doing is we were just creating and all of that. So now let's search router in Express. We want to create routes. We have already created models. You can see here Express routing. Yeah, so here if you scroll down to the bottom, then you can see here there's something written. Hi everyone, and if you are facing any errors or how's the live session, to mention it in the comment section so that I can understand how's it going. So here we'll be using this syntax. This way we'll be creating our routes. Just copy this, copy. We'll be going again there, and instead of routes, you just have to create one file. Let's say to-do.js. Yeah, save it. Copy, paste it here. and here we are requiring the express library. So in the index.js we require the app. Here simply we are getting the access to the router, which is inbuilt functionality provided by express. Then we are using it like this, router.use, but you don't want it right now. You don't want middlewares. We'll be creating middlewares afterwards, or in the tomorrow's live session, or the day after tomorrow. Because in today's live session everything cannot be done. If you want me to continue the live session today itself and complete the whole project in this one live, then do message it in the chat box. I'll try to do today. So previously what we did was app.get. Yeah, suck. You suck. Yeah. So here we have to write app.get, and inside of here, first of all, we were providing the URL. Here we are writing the function. Okay. So that's what basically this router also provides. But router provides some of the more functionalities which we'll get to in the future, but not right now. This is a live stream and I cannot afford that big of a live stream right now because I don't have that high level of resources to do this kind of live streams. Okay, yeah, we have to manage. Here we have created a get routes only. So here moving to the documentation, here you can see express use the express router class to create modular mountable router handlers. Router instance is a complete middleware and routing system. For this reason, it is often referred to as a minimap. So yeah, I read the English and understand it yourself. But what do we want here from here is we just want, hey Baru, welcome to the live. And here you have to write then load the router module in the app. So this we have to write inside of a main app. Okay. I'll be walking through what we did there. Save it and here paste it here as of right now, and this is what the file name is. Here you have to write that with what name you want to import this file. I want to import to do routes. Okay, and here I want to import the file. You just have to write dot slash. You'll do that, you'll get all the folders and everything here. You have to move the routes slash again and the to do. Great, it's all working. And here you have to change something. Here I'll be just writing API. Here I'll be writing to do routes. So what here I'll basically done is this slash API, it's a middleware. So whenever I move to the localhost, so here first of all I have to write localhost 3000 slash API, and then the URL which I have mentioned in my routes will be done. Like here slash to do. Then after API I have to write here slash to do. Okay, so it's basically like for a better understanding that whatever is in the, if you get a URL which is a slash API, then everything will be understandable that it's a backend APIs. Okay, it's not any front-end routes. So for that purpose we are doing that. This is a to-do homepage. Okay, not your birds homepage. We like birds, but we are not creating the birds homepage right now. So it's done, should be working. Node index.js API slash to do. So yeah, as you can see here, yeah, who's this prorog? Thanks prorog. I don't know you are a Mr. or Mistress. Karol Voshtas. Welcome Karol to the live stream. This is the to do homepage. Yeah, I'm fine Karol. How are you? Yeah, so it's a bot. Because before also even answering your question, you are just replying I am fine. And After I'm fine, I would be saying something to you, then your bot is replying thanks to me. Welcome bots to the live of SAP Pixels. I don't mind. Create your bots. You are also doing some programming. It. So here I have created just one route, which is router.get, all of that. Here, let's create one more route, which is router.post, which will be posting. Slash to do. I don't care. What was there? Thanks, Dawal. Yeah. You guys keep watching, and I'll be creating the content. This way, it will keep going. Okay. Why? Why is it giving this much of problems to me today? Yeah. Why YouTube is not receiving enough video? Should receive. YouTube should receive because I'm giving everything to YouTube. They should be received. So here, yeah, it's not compulsory that you can create only the slash to do route once. You can create with the same name other routes, but it should be yeah, this is a get request. Whenever I do get request, then this route will be executed. If I'm posting a post request, then this logic will be executed. You can write the logic inside of here also, but we will not be doing so. We'll be writing all of our logic parts in these controllers. Okay, so first of all, let me create 4 routes. Response.send. Doesn't matter. Let's just create the route. Oh, succeed. I can't spell your name. Sorry, can't spell your name. Get post with the put slash to do. Yeah, let's just write anything here. Thank you guys. Save it. Copy it once more downside. This will be our delete route. Okay. So now we have created all of our 4 routes here, which is simply this one is to get the data, this one is to post the data, this is to update, this is one is to delete the data. Okay, and we also wrote, yeah, we can move to the, yeah, you can see here there are multiple routes. The to do slash to do, we have created 4 to do routes slash to do, get, post, put, and delete, and one more was there which was get all to dos. Let's create that one also. We'll not be writing, we'll just copy. Yeah, you can copy it. That's the best thing to do. Get all to do. So yeah, you might think I'm a bit sleepy, but no, I woke up so late, I'm never sleepy. It's just that I'm hungry all the time. So I'm having 9 concurrent viewers. So are you guys having any doubts or anything? Do mention it in the comment section. I would like to, if you have any questions related to web development or any of the other things. Hey Zagzi, you haven't asked any questions and you're saying that none of the guides YouTube work for me. Oh, you're saying that my videos are working for you? Yeah, cool. Thanks. Yeah, viewers, I would like to hear some of the questions from you guys. If you are having any related to web development or any other things related to technology, yeah. Don't ask any rubbish questions right now. No questions are rubbish, but for me it will be right now because I'm doing a tech live stream. So yeah, we have created all the routes. Now we have to create the controllers. So Google it. First of all, before doing that, we have to do one more thing, which is create the database. So first of all, I'll do that on my other screen and then I'll be moving it here. I don't want to show you all of my credentials and everything. All people are not nice. You have to keep your secrets to yourself. Until then, you can look at the code. Look at the code. Better. So let me bring one of my tabs here. Yeah. So this is the MongoDB Atlas. Let me first of all Google that. MongoDB Atlas. So whenever you type MongoDB Atlas, you will be redirected to these things. And whenever you go inside of that, just have to sign up your Google account or sign up with their own registration forms. I don't care. Do anything. Then you just have to give the next. It will be a self-explanatory. Then you will be came here. Here you have to write create one new project. So what we are here basically doing is we are creating a cloud storage. Yeah, you can store it locally on your MongoDB local, but we don't want to do that installation and everything. So we are just creating it here. Here just type the project name sudo YouTube. Okay. So yeah, here you have to just click build a cluster. I will create a cluster and select anything you want. I don't mind whatever you select. Otherwise leave it everything as a default. It works for me. It works mostly for everyone. Only change the default settings if you know how to recover it or how to solve the bugs. Otherwise don't touch it. Or if you have passion to solve the bugs, you want to Google things and then you want to solve, then yeah, you can do that. So there are 5 people watching right now. So can you please just mention it in the live chats? Yeah, I'll be back and I'll be muting my audio. I'll be back. I need some water now. Sorry, Muntasir, I wasted your time, but yeah, you have to create this cluster, and I'm doing with you because you have to do it right now also, and that's why the time will be. If I have done it prior, I have created many of my projects here priorly. If I'll be using it, then you will stuck at this point and you will not be able to follow along. So that's why I'm creating it right now. Until then, let's just Google that how to close Node.js. Okay, I have written some predefined controllers here. Yeah. There are some controllers here, so we'll be just getting help from them. Don't worry. And am I audible, guys? So do mention it in the chats if I'm audible. Yeah, there are many controllers here. We'll be picking up some random. And let's move to the mongoose. See, that is a cluster being, its cluster is being created. Yeah. So yeah, whenever the cluster is created, then you have to add your current mention a connection of IP address. So here you can allow access from anywhere and just add the IP address. So you can access it from anywhere in the globe, doesn't matter. And then you have to provide one username, which will be sudo and password. Yeah, you can mention any of the password, doesn't matter. Here and you have to type like choose a connection method, connect our application, and after that here you'll be getting one string. There's a basic string here. You just have to copy that and you can close it, doesn't matter. And in the index.js file, just paste it here for a second and then go to the mongoose documentation. And when you move to the mongoose, here there's a tab called connections. Here we'll be getting connections, how to connect. So let's copy this mongoose.connect. It's a simple function provided by mongoose. So here we'll be writing mongoose.connect. Inside of here you have to pass the URL, which is our cloud URL. If you are using your local database, then you can provide that here, doesn't matter. You can provide it here. Will not be doing that. First of all, I'll mention this my secret key because as you can see here you have to mention your password. Whatever you have kept the password for this username, you have to mention it here. So yeah, and then after that string is ready, you have mention your password here and paste this whole string inside of this here. Instead of this, you have to paste this string. Okay. So yeah, I've copied. You just have to mention a password here. I'll be doing that in a second. First of all, let me do that, then I'll be back. So I can take that. So what I'm doing here is, you can also do that. I don't mind. Just type .env npm. Yeah, bye, Munsair. If it wasn't helpful, I can't do anything. I'm just trying. It's my first YouTube live. If you can understand, it should be better. Otherwise, it's okay. So yeah, I've installed it. Copy that. Paste that in your index.js file. I'll be showing you, but first of all, let me mention my secrets here. So yeah. So what I've done here basically is I have created one .env file. Instead of that, I have kept the URL with the name db URL. You can do like just simply instead of that you have to mention db URL equals to your URL. It will be done. You have to write this require.env.config. Yeah. So that's all for this. And then this after connection, you can get two parameter accesses. One is then that if this connection is successful, then what you wanna do. And I simply wanna, what I wanna do here is console log something db connected. Otherwise, I wanna catch the error. If there's any error, I wanna catch it. Error. Yeah, you can specify all the full name error, or if you like, you can type the short name. I don't mind. I'll just print the error here. Now just try to run the file. Mongoose is not defined. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Here also you have to const mongoose was required. Yeah, so you just have to import the mongoose, and after that atlas error. So what's the error here? Check that out. Everything's perfect. Why isn't it running? Let me shift that here. Sorry guys, there was one error. It was just my password. I entered the password incorrect. The password. So there was not an error. Simply, yeah. So after that, whenever you run the function, your index.csv, you should be getting TP connected. And I don't want to do this again and again. So there's one node library called nodemon. I'll be installing it. So when it gets installed, I should write one script here, which is start script. Instead of this, I can write nodemon index. So whenever I'll be running the start script, it will run the server with the nodemon, like let's say npm start typos. Yeah, typos, I do make them. So now my server will be running always. Yeah, it's running, no worries. And here inside of controllers we'll be creating one folder to.js. Here I'll be mentioning all of my controls. So as I saw it from the documentation here, what you have to do here is simply exports and dot the function name, and then you have to write it like this. Okay, we'll be using the arrow function. Here you have to import the model. So our model name what we kept here was, yeah, kept it with to do with a capital T. Const to do was require dot slash models slash to. Okay, so you just imported the model because we'll be doing some operations on the different models. And exports dot get one user. Get all. First of all, we will be creating one API which is get all user equals, let's just create this arrow function request and response. The server accepts both of these parameters. Side, this is our arrow function ready. Let's first of all send response and send all users working. So save it, and here with the exports keyword we have already exported this, so we don't have to write anything else. And we have to import the function here. So import from module dot slash. So we are moving one folder backwards, and controllers inside of this are to-do file. That what we want to import. Let's copy the name get all user. Yeah, and so here what we can do is we don't have to write this whole function. We can just call that function here, get all user. There's one error here, cannot use import statement outside of module. So yeah, you should copy this error, paste it on the Google. So as our favorite Stack Overflow provide you with some solutions, this is not the solution we want because it's not of a Node.js. So we'll be going to other link. The one which will provide our answer, we'll be working with that. This orbit will work. No. Should be working now. Once again, in the index.js fourth line. Do routes. So why is it giving us an error? So I'm ending this live right now, guys. I'll be continuing it tomorrow because I have to do some work now. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's session. Today was some basic. We'll be continuing it tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be doing everything from tomorrow. Today was just the basics, like how to set up your environment and everything. From tomorrow we'll be writing our own controllers. I'll also walk you through how to solve this error, get all these why it's giving us an error and all of that, how to get. Yeah, we'll be walking through that, so don't worry. So that was all, guys, for today's session. I hope you have enjoyed it, and if you did, do mention it in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for tomorrow's live session. Also tomorrow we'll be doing this live session, I guess, for to the same time, or if you prefer the different timings, and also mention it in the comment section down below. We can also make it like 9 to 10 p.m 9-10 p.m, and from that onwards we will continue doing the live. So yeah, that's what I also want to do. But yeah, I want your suggestions, so yeah, give your precious suggestions in the comment section down below, so I can get understanding, better understanding. So now just for 5 to 10 minutes, let's do some Q&A here. If you have any doubts regarding today's session or any other things or web development, then do mention in the comment section down below, or just say hi. If you are still watching the live, it's a great achievement for me that these many people are watching today my live. As it was my first live, I wasn't expecting this much of engagement today, and yeah, I'm so happy. If you are still watching, do mention it in the comment section. Lives, or let me move to the live chat. Do you have any doubts? Please mention it in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer them. It's just a test. This was my first live, so yeah, we'll be improving day by day. First of all, first 15-20 minutes, half an hour was so glitchy today. Sorry about that, but yeah, once gradually we started improving our quality and everything, we'll be improving it afterwards also. So I hope you guys are not, any guys is not around. 3-4 people are there, but you don't want to mention anything in the comment sections, I guess. If you do, please mention some hi, hello, anything in the comment section, or bye. I would appreciate it. If you don't have any questions, also write something. I would highly appreciate it. Is anyone around, guys, or not? Okay, I guess that was all, guys. Harsh, Shivani, yeah, hi Harsh, how are you? So I guess you don't have any doubts or anything. So I'll be going offline now. I'll be ending the live. I hope you guys also stay tuned for tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we'll be doing the same thing. And yeah, today was a bit slow and I had lots of problem connecting the live stream and everything. So today was a bit glitchy and everything. So sorry for that. I'll try to not make any of these glitches or anything in tomorrow's session. So yeah, so that was all, guys. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next one.